and welcome to room 9. I'm just excited that you're here learning with me today. I'm Mrs. Williams. I'm the woodland creature teacher. When I'm not here in room 9, I am either teaching my own 2 children, Emma and Mason, or I'm teaching at first grade at Windsor Elementary. So I want to send out lots of love to my first graders at Windsor Elementary. Love you, woodland creatures. And to my Windsor C1 family. Of course, you guys are honorary woodland creatures today, so I'm super excited to have you here with me. I'd like to go ahead and give a shout out to all of the honorary woodland creatures from Afton School District. Hi, Gabe. You'll notice that Emma and Mason aren't here with me today. We've kind of had a little bit of a sitch, red zone, at our house this morning. We've got a gator issue. If any of you know of someone who can take care of a gator problem, I would be happy to have your help. So, gator, not yet. So, we'll get to that a little bit later, but we are obviously having a gator issue. And Emma and Mason kind of went red zone, flipped their lids, and they skipped right on out. So if we can get this gator situation under control, Emma and Mason will be back with us for the next time we are learning. So let's go ahead and move on, and we'll take care of this gator issue in a bit. Today we're going to be growing our rainbow brains with a little bit of math. This lesson is sort of geared toward pre-K through 2nd grade, but of course I'm super excited to have anybody that wants to learn and grow their rainbow brain here with us today. So I'm glad you're here, and let's get this party started. Before we start learning or I start teaching any lesson, I like to check in on my body and brain, and I want you to check in on your body and brain. Super smart, sciencey people that know a whole lot about brains and the way they work taught teachers that calm, happy brains and bodies learn the most. So I like to check in on my zone, and I've got some colors and hand signals that go with that. We have hand signals because sometimes if you're kind of upset outside of the green zone, you're not really feeling like talking to someone, but you can show them very easily with our hand signals. So I'll show you what I mean. Here's our little handy dandy zone toolkit that helps us to get our body and brain ready to learn. If you're in the green zone, the hand signal for that is this, it's closed fist. If you're in the green zone, you are happy, calm, and ready to work and learn. You might be able to finish all of your work and meet your goals, help other people do the same thing, and just kind of be ready to go for the day. If you are in blue zone, you might be feeling kind of slow and low. Here's the hand signal. Maybe you're feeling a little bit sick and ick, but just not ready to learn, sad and blue. So you can draw a happy picture, get a hug, and think happy thoughts. Think about something or someplace or somebody that you love. If you are in yellow zone, that means that you're kind of up high. Maybe you're anxious or worried, maybe you're frustrated or upset, or maybe you're just too excited in a good way. That happens to me sometimes. So if you're feeling a little bit too high up to learn, you need to take some deep breaths. You could get a hug. You could talk to an adult or someone that cares about you and knows what helps you to feel better. If you are in red zone, like Emma and Mason were today with that gator situation, you have flipped your lid. You're probably not actually learning with us right now because you had to stop, get help from an adult or someone in your house. Check the size of your problem because sometimes when you're upset, problems seem a lot bigger than they really are. Take lots of deep breaths and do something that helps you to feel calm and happy again. So I hope that you're in green zone and ready to go and learn with us. If you said, you know what, Mrs. Williams, I'm blue or I'm yellow, I've got some things for you. Because the first step is knowing what your body and brain are feeling like, and the second step is getting it ready to be green and good to go. So if you're feeling blue, you could try smelling something that you like the smell of. In my classroom, we call them smellies. So this next part, you have to ask an adult for about first. In my classroom, sometimes we use, where did I put it? There it is. So in my classroom, sometimes we use smelly markers. They are non-toxic and washable. And parents, this is something you might love. If you put a smiley on the back, a smelly smiley on the back of your child's hand and challenge them to wash it off by the end of the day, they will be a pro hand washer. Side note, it smells awesome if you use Mr. Sketch. But if that's not okay with your adults or you don't have those things, you can smell some flowers, lotion, maybe shampoo or soap. Don't make a mess. Or if you have like citrus fruits or things like that that smell good around your house, smell something nice, because super smart, sciencey, brainy people know that smells that are good make people feel joy and remember a time that they smelled that and were happy. If you are in the yellow zone, you can try some stretching, and that's something that we're gonna do right now. And when we stretch, we take big, deep breaths, and we count as we do it, and that kind of helps to focus our brain and get our body stretched out and ready to go. So take one of your hands, cross it over, take the other hand, and kind of support it. Kind of push until you feel a little stretch, but not when it hurts. 1, 2, 3. Count with me. 4, 5. Now, shake it out. Take the other arm, cross it over, and do the same thing. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this one you need to make sure that you do super gently, but turn your head to the side and just kind of rest your hand on top of your head and go ahead and breathe and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can close your eyes while you do that if you want to. We're gonna shake it out a little bit and switch. 1. It's important when you do this that you breathe through your nose and out through your mouth. The last stretch we're gonna do is a standing stretch. Now, I recommend that if you don't feel very comfortable, very balanced, you can hold on to something like a table or a chair. But if you have pretty good balance and you feel comfortable, you need to bend your leg, grab your foot, and balance. You can put your hand on your tummy, that helps sometimes, or your other hand straight out. Ready? 1. Shake it out and switch. Ready? All right, shake it out. Now show me with your thumbs. Thumbs up, I'm good to go. Thumbs in the middle, I'm okay. Or thumbs down, not quite yet. If you feel like you're not quite ready to learn yet, go ahead and continue a few of those strategies and join us as soon as you can. So the other trick that we like to use to get us into green zone is some humor if we're feeling down or a little slow and low. I've got a silly math joke for you today. It goes a little something like this. How does a mathematician plow his fields? With a protractor. Get it? Because a farmer uses a tractor, and he's a professional farmer, but a protractor is a math tool. Protractor, farmer, that's a good one. All right, so on to growing our brain. Today, by the time we are done together, you should be able to say, I can read, write, and count numbers to 10. We'll also be able to compare numbers. So keep that word compare in your brain. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that. Make sure that you've got your paper and pencil or your whiteboard and marker. Or if you don't have any of those things, get your trusty finger writer ready to roll. We've practiced doing that this week, so I bet you're a pro. We're going to go ahead and do some quick number word and number review. We had 3 that were pretty tricky, so we're going to go back to those guys and practice them a little bit, because remember, the more we practice, the better we get. And if something's feeling hard, that's great, because that means we're growing our brain muscles. So if you remember, there was a super, super tricky number word that looked like this. And yesterday, Emma helped me to spell it when we were doing Match Mine, because I had a little bit of a tricky time with it. This is actually the number word for, do you think you know what it is? Do you remember? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We know that when we write an 8, you can do that right now. We make an S, do not wait, up to the top, make your 8. The number word for 8 is super tricky. So go ahead right now and write the number 8 and write the number word 8. I'm gonna trace it with my finger. E-I-G-H-T. 8. The number word 8 is just super tricky, and the more you read it and the more you write it, the more you'll remember that these two go together. If you get a chance today, try spelling the word for someone in your house. Give them a little lesson on the number and the number word 8. Our next tricky number was, I'll give you a hint, uno. Do you know what that is? Uno means 1 in Spanish. 1 is a trickster. Let's look at this word and try and make the sounds. What? It is not spelled the way it sounds. But that's okay, because just like with 8, the more we practice it, the more we read it and write it, the better we'll be at recognizing the number word 1. Go ahead right now and write this on your board. O-N-E. And that is the number word for 1. And Mason pointed out the other day that the number 1 with its 1 number dot actually looks a little bit like an exclamation mark. So if you like to write, you're looking at this guy and going, yay, it's excited. Our last tricky number that I wanted to check in with you on is, boom. What is this guy? Write it. We have 1. If you said 2, you're right. This is the number 2. And here is the number word for 2. T-W-O. Write it right now if you haven't already. Again, this is just a trickster. And there are lots of ways to spell 2 because there are lots of different meanings for 2. Like I like to go to the store. Or can I have a cookie too? But this is the number word 2. It's a little tricky. Write it on your board right now and practice it with a friend or someone in your house if you get the chance today. All right, so our next bit of review is some addition, and we're going to use our tricky numbers. Let's see if you can remember them. I want to make an addition problem, and remember, when we add, we use a pretty plus. That looks like this, and we're going to add this number. Which one was it? That's right, it's 2. 2 plus, let's use our friend, what's this one? If you said 8, you're right. 8 is great. 2 plus 8. And remember, this guy was our equal sign. All right, so right now, go ahead and put 8 in your head and count on 2 more. If it helps you, you can put the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you have a number line, you can count on. You can start at 8 and go 2 more hops. 8 plus 2 more equals, that's right, it's 10. If you got 10, good for you. If you didn't, at least you tried and you're growing your rainbow brain, and that means I'm proud of you. We'll do one more. Let's keep 8, and let's use our other tricky number. What was this guy? That's 1. Good job, guys. 8 plus 1 more. But I can count on really easily in my head with this one. I can say 8. What comes next when you're counting? 9. You guys are so smart. Look at you growing your brain. So let's read this number sentence together. 8 plus 1 equals 9. Awesome job, guys. You remembered all of the things that we talked about, and you've worked so hard to grow your rainbow brain. Now, I told you that there was that tricky word, compare, that we were going to come back to in a little bit. Well, now's a little bit. So the word compare looks like this. Compare. Compare. What do you think it means to compare? Well, we're going to compare. I'll show you what it means. Compare, if you said that compare means to kind of see how things are alike and how they're different, you were right. So I've got 2 things for us to compare. All right, take a good look at these guys. What do you notice? What do you notice about their size? What do you notice about their color? What do you notice about their shape? I noticed very first thing, if you said color, that's what I noticed. I'm comparing the color of these two, and I'm saying this one is yellow and this one is pink. Their colors are not the same. I'm saying that next, I noticed their size. This one is tall and this one is short. So this one is greater in length than this one. It is shorter in length. The next thing I noticed is that they are the same type of writing tool. They are both pencils. So they're equal to each other in that way. And those are important words: greater, less, and equal. Those are our 3 magic words for today, because I told you that we had a gator problem in my house, and for Emma and Mason to come back, we were going to have to solve that gator problem. They were so lid flipped, so scared of the gator. So this is how it's going to work. Emma and Mason didn't give me a chance to explain. There's something that I know about the gator that they don't know. The gator that came to our house was the greater gator, and the greater gator seems scary, but guess what he likes to eat? Not kids, not dogs, not hedgehogs, not teachers. Everybody say, whew, we're safe. Yeah, we are. This guy likes to chomp the biggest number. He will not chomp teachers. He will chomp the biggest number. So he is the greater gator. He opens his mouth wide and chomps whichever number is bigger. But the problem is he's a baby greater gator, and he needs a little help deciding which number is bigger. Thumbs up and a wiggle if you think that we can help him figure it out. All right, let's get started. We've got 2 of our numbers from this week back here. Here we have 5, and here we have 9. Now let's think about this. If greater gator only eats the biggest number, which one's bigger? Which one is more? Which one is greater? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Would you rather have 9 Skittles, or would you rather have 5? You probably said 9 because you would like the greater number. Well, guess what? Greater gator likes that one too. So he's going to open up his mouth. You open up your gator mouth and chomp it. He is chomping our number 9 because number 9 is the greater number. Thumbs up, guys. Good for you. I'm going to be showing Emma and Mason later what you did, what we decided, and what we did together. Because I think then they'll feel a little bit better about being here with the greater gator. What do you think? I think so too. Let's try another set of numbers, because I have to tell you, Come on, Mason, or definitely Show Me State kids. You have to prove it to them. They're going to want to know for sure that this greater gator is not going to eat them. So our next two numbers, we have here 7, and here we have 6. Who's older, a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old? If you said the 7-year-old is older, you are right. They have the greater number of years. So which one is greater gator going to chomp? He only eats the biggest number. He needs a big meal to get to be a big gator. Open up your gator mouth and chomp it. It's 7. Greater gator is definitely going for 7 because he wants the bigger number. All right, good job, guys. Thanks for helping me out. Let's try one more. Okay, so let's take a look at our two numbers. We have here on this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's our friend 10. Remember, 10 is made up of two numbers, a 1 and a 0. Over here we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What would be more? Would you rather have 4 pennies or 10 pennies? If you said 10 pennies, you are right. 10 is the greater number, and greater gator agrees with you. He is going to chomp 10 all day long instead of 4 because he is the greater gator. All right, last. Oh, I thought that was the last one. But look, we've still got another number hiding under here, and they're twins. They match. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us ponder this. Can 4 be more than 4? They're the same. Can 4 be more than 4? Everybody say, goodness, no. They're equal or the same. And guess what happens? Greater gator gets confused. He gets frustrated. He chomps his mouth closed. And it makes 2 straight lines. Make your 2 straight lines. Hey, does that look like something that we did earlier? That's the equal sign that we use in our addition problems. So when greater gator comes to 2 equal numbers, he gets confused, he gets frustrated, his mouth chomps shut, and makes 2 straight lines. Greater gator can't eat a number here because they are the same or equal. All right, so remember that greater is the biggest number, the one that greater gator chomps. Less is the smaller number. That's the one that greater gator kind of turns his back on and says, you're a little number. I'm not eating you today. You'll have to get bigger if you want me to eat you. And our equals is when 2 numbers are exactly the same and greater gator gets confused, just kind of closes his mouth. So I hope that you understand a little bit better today how to compare numbers. Now that we've grown our rainbow brains together, it's time for us to get up and do a little gator chomp. So get your gator mouth ready. Don't chomp anybody who doesn't want to be chomped. And we're gonna open up your mouth and chomp, chomp. Open up your mouth and chomp, chomp. Open up your mouth and chomp, chomp. And you can do it again after we're done. We've got a few more things to do before we can round up our day. So let's check in and think about those things that we said we were gonna do, because accountability is doing what you say you're gonna do. So are we able to read, write, and count numbers to 10? Oh yeah, we've counted today. We've practiced our numbers and our number words. We even practiced some addition. We also said that we were gonna be able to compare numbers. So did we use greater gator to compare numbers? We sure did. We checked in on which number was greater, which number was smaller, and what happens when they're equal or the same. They're twins. So thumbs up and a wiggle for you guys. You totally grew your rainbow brain. Did your brain feel a little bit tired or a little bit confused at some point today? If you did, that's okay. That's a great thing. That means you're trying something new and growing those brain muscles. I don't know about you, but after all of our silly fun with Gator, I'm feeling a little bit yellow in a good way. I'm kind of excited and all revved up, but I know that there are lots of other things that I need to do today, lots of responsibilities that I need to take care of. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you something I like to do when I'm feeling a little bit up high. We're gonna do my glitter jar, and all we have to do is shake it and watch. Check with your adults. This may be something that they will let you make, but if not, that's okay. Use one of your other strategies to get out of yellow. So here, I will share my bottle with you. We're gonna breathe and watch. And now that our glitter is mostly settled and I've had some quiet time to breathe, I'm feeling a lot more green zone. How about you? And that means that you are good and ready to go. Make sure that today you are safe. Keep your hands, your feet, and things to yourself. Wash your hands, wash that smelly off, and follow your adults' directions about online activities. Be responsible, take care of you, and help out. Be respectful. Nice words in a nice voice. Treat the people in your house the way you would want to be treated. Number 4, make yourself proud. When you're proud, you're probably proud because you have grown your brain, tried new things, done something tricky and hard, and met your goals. Or tried your best to meet your goals. Also, you're probably making choices that you're proud of, that you want to tell your mom, dad, your cousin, your uncle, your teacher, your neighbor, your friends. If you feel like you need to get sneaky or you don't want somebody to know what you're doing, stop and make a better choice. Thanks again for coming to visit me today, woodland creatures. I had a great time with you, and I will see you in a few weeks. There will be lots of other awesome teachers on over the next few days, so please tune in.